Is Meghan openly rewarding one of her most vicious of the Sussex squad online trolls? Imagine this. You spend years viciously attacking Catherine, the Princess of Wales, slamming her work as mediocre and her royal tours as embarrassing, while relentlessly defending Meghan. Then, as if by magic, a $300 as ever care package shows up at your door. There's a handwritten note from Meghan herself. All this crap is in there. This idiot films it. He films the unboxing. He's squealing that it's nowhere on his 2026 bingo card. I don't think this is customer appreciation. This is a blatant signal straight from Meghan to her Sussex squad, her army. Keep the attacks coming. Keep attacking the royals, and loyalty will be rewarded. And with her struggling as ever brand gasping for attention, I believe she's deliberately stirring up this drama just to drive clicks to her website. Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I want to talk more about this online troll that Meghan has rewarded. It's not just a nice gesture to a buyer. This guy has a track record of going after William, Catherine, and anyone critical of Meghan. She sent him a personal thank you for his wonderful words and support. At over $300, this isn't just some cheap promo swag. It's a clear signal to the squad. Loyalty gets rewarded. I want to dive into this. I want to dive into the reactions that have come out since this. And I want to talk about why I think her statement that she had that person put out just recently is to cover the traction that this story is getting. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Jen. Please make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, and leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos, and I sincerely appreciate it. All right, let's talk, shall we? I don't even really want to say this guy's name, as it will give him more of a platform. I just want to tell you that one of her online trolls of the Sussex squad has been rewarded, and they're leaving paper trails all over the place. So he's filmed himself unboxing the stuff that was sent to him by Meghan. How did she know his address? Interesting, right? So a big box was sent to this influencer, whatever you want to call him. And he calls himself John Tyron. Okay, sure. Regularly praises her. I don't care. Criticizes the royal family. The issue I take with this is this. That's a lot of this. He's not criticizing. There's a difference in criticizing. Sure, you can feel however you want to feel. I have a channel where I talk about open criticisms of things like this and situations. There's a difference in criticizing and straight up bashing. And I would call what he does straight up bashing. If you look at his posts, there's a history there. I've pulled some of them we'll look at. A lot of times he likes to go after things like people's looks. Anybody that dares criticize Meghan, he goes after things like that. Whatever the low-hanging fruit is, that's where he is found, much like a lot of the Sussex squad. So criticizing, no. I would use other words to describe that. But anyway, so he's very excited in posting this. And I'm telling you, I've said before, I really think this squad is going to be her downfall. They're leaving too many paper trails, and it's tying right back to her. Obviously, he filmed himself opening a note directly from her. There's no secret here. And I believe that she was hoping that that would happen. She wants to fire shots always at the royal family, but also she needs attention for her business. How else to get it but to send it to a vocal troll like this? So there's that. So he's very excited. I don't care about this guy. I'm just going to show you a few pictures, and then I want to get on to some of the reactions because that's what I find completely interesting. So here you go. Unboxing. You can see that he's got her stuff. Wow. And there you go. All the crap that was sent to him. I would say that that's more of a punishment than a reward, but that's me. Here's a handwritten note he's very excited about. All right, so there's that. You get the idea. So I want to take a look at some of the reactions to this. Friend of the show, Princess Carparkle, points out she said Meghan Markle doesn't use social media, y'all, but she still knows who all the most disgusting, hateful, repulsive, detestable accounts are somehow, and managed to reward their behavior. The anti-bull platform queen gifting the bulls. Funny that. I mean, so well said. That's exactly where I was going to as well. She likes to reward things like this. In fact, I was trying to think of the broader pattern. This seems to be a thing. This isn't isolated. There's a history there, I believe, of elevating or gifting loyal fans, supporters, Sussex squad. So think about that Australia Girls weekend that just happened, right? There was a pricey Her Best Life wellness retreat, like $3,000. And I believe, and there are reports that several Sussex squad members, or as I've just found out, they've called themselves lieutenants, are getting VIP spots. Now, I suspect she had nobody to fill the spots, so she had to give them to her fans so that way it looked like it was more important than it was. But regardless, they were allegedly gifted, getting VIP spots, goodie bags, as ever products, special recognition. One prominent member reportedly scored a VIP invite, sparking accusations of stacking the event with squad loyalists. Attendance was reportedly low, empty seats. The speculation there is Meghan appeared only for a couple of hours. Critics saw it as another way to reward the online army while monetizing the brand. I think so too. But there have been a history there of alleged personal handwritten notes, personalized gestures to super fans, similar to what we see here. Allegedly, there are patterns of engaging directly with the vocal online defenders while criticizing media and paparazzi bull. This creates a narrative of us versus them, where their loyalty is very much incentivized. I've heard stories, as I'm sure you have as well, of squad members identifying themselves to Meghan. So Meghan will make a beeline to them if they show up to places. We've seen videos of them going after people like Tom Bauer and reporters and stuff. You know the squad, they're awful. And it seems to be that she is tying herself more directly to them. I find this truly appalling. This is so repulsive. I agree, Royally Sage. This guy says nasty things about the Wales family all the time. Rachel does not care about online safety. Of course not. Not at all. Nope. All right. So this person is showing this. I thought this was such a good point, that she's rewarding things like this. And yet there are these stories out here that saying Prince Harry wants reassurance that Meghan will be treated respectfully, if and when they visit. Again, she's rewarding people that do not understand the word respect and, again, are behaving like this online, and yet there are stories going around that they demand respect. What else is new for the two of them? Rebecca English said a palace source told her they, Harry and Meghan, quote, have bills to pay. Charles is okay with family members using royal connections and titles to grift. He won't begrudge his son. I know it's a hot button topic. As I always say, I respect King Charles in his position. I am a royalist. I'm frustrated by it too. You're welcome to leave me comments letting me know your thoughts, but I think every time I think this has got to be the last straw. They have got to lose these titles because they're, again, using them for stuff like this. Unbelievable, right? All right. It is the personalized note to the troll that really got to me. It's obvious her business is struggling when you have to resort. I think so too. I got the same vibe. You have to resort to cheap marketing ploys to get attention. Absolutely agree. And this is according to Taz. Meghan rewards this guy. It's like she's actively hitting the self-destruct button. This is only a fraction of the vile things this guy has said. He reminds me of Super Troll. I don't like to say that guy's name either, who later appeared on the Harry and Meghan Netflix show, proving they worked with him. Absolutely. That's why I'm saying this. I really think it's going to be funny that the squad is their undoing. I think it'd be hilarious if they're the reason that these two lost titles. They should have lost titles for about 10 million reasons, but I think this would be funny if this actually got the titles taken away. Meghan will send you gifts if you bull Catherine. For goodness sake, get this piece of work off the royal family website. Enough already. How much evidence does the palace need? Shout out to Vintage Read Show, Shauna. for that one. Meghan Markle and her husband should have been removed off the royal family website 6 years ago after stepping down as non-working members of the royal family. It is outrageous that they're still on it. Both have shown themselves as traitors to the British monarchy. I think so too. I think it's time to, I think the website's the least of the problems, but yes, get them off the website, but get those titles out of there too. Doesn't even hide supporting the vile squad members. I assume the legal eye is on the likes of them. This all comes from the woman who supposedly fights. That's exactly my point too. Hypocrisy. I've been so focused on this lately. So many instances of unbelievable hypocrisy out of the two of them, but absolutely incredible that, yeah, she's out there fighting online bull. And yet, as we've all pointed out, her followers are the worst of the worst. They really are. They're vile. Rewarding the very people who bull her in-laws to protect her crumbling house of cards. Yep. Markle has already been a bull, so this is not surprising at all. She's toxic. I'll say allegedly, but yeah. So either she sent the gift to the Sussex squad goober to post showing how thoughtful and caring she is, or posted photos of the gift without, or he posted photos of the gift without her permission, and she is having major breakdown and is no longer a friend. Huh. That's interesting, right? And didn't she sue tabloids over posting supposedly private stuff that I believe she wanted to get out there, like stuff to her dad? Privacy, privacy. And then doing crap like this very much in the public. Meghan Markle rewards her online bullying squad for their vile behavior, yet holds and preaches about online bull and it's dangerous. Hashtag hypocrite. This guy being a stellar example of how dumb the squad is. Keep exposing her and yourself. I think so too. I think it would be interesting if somehow they found a paper trail, because there's always, I'm talking about money trail. There's always speculation out there that they're allegedly getting paid. And so I think it would be really interesting if there were receipts to show that, because you hear of people turning from the squad. So I think it'd be interesting if they could show that they were actually being paid, not criticized. So they're putting out the same thing I did in this article. The article says that these people were this guy was criticizing William and Catherine. That's not it. This is not criticism. It's way further than that. It's about time you admit she pays her psychotic squad. Exactly. I'd love to see a paper trail on that. They've been bragging about their payments for years, so why aren't you scribblers doing your job and report on it? I would love to know if people have the info on that. So she should be raked over the coals for this, completely tone deaf, and confirmation that she approves of the stuff thrown the royal family's way. I agree completely. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. Criticize, try hateful trolling. I heard this too. He's deleting his posts. We all have the receipts. Yeah. I didn't even want to go through his social media. I don't want to give him the clicks. I don't want to see it, honestly, but I've heard, here's some of it. They're pointing out that he posts vile things like this, attacking people's looks. I don't even want to give it a platform here. She rewarded one of her online bulls. That proves that she herself is a bull, and bull. Sorry, I have to say it like that because of YouTube. Palace staff and her recent staff. I would say that it seems like that's the case. We'll say allegedly, but it sure seems to be a pattern, right? Let me know your thoughts on all this. I think it's completely interesting. I think this story is big. I know people have been talking about it. It's interesting to see the reactions. I wish somebody with, mainstream media connections could uncover a little bit more about this, whether it's payments, a history of this. I've definitely seen pictures where it appears that she's cozying up to the squad, and I've seen people go back and show the vile things that people have posted, especially about the Wales family and the royal family, and then she's taking pictures with them, that sort of thing. So nothing would shock me at this point. I feel like, troll is a good way to describe it. But definitely let me know your thoughts on all this. Where do you stand? Do you think that the squad will be her undoing, or will it be something else? Let me know in the comments below. As always, a sincere thank you so much for being here, for watching, for hitting the thumbs up, the hype button, all that stuff. It really does help, and I really appreciate it. If you want to further support the show, there are several ways you can do that. Check out my merch. I've got Everything's Fine. I've got Team Catherine. I've got The Flock. And then check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. It's my old name, but it's got tons of new stuff. I put out 3 episodes a week over there, so tons of bonus content. You can definitely check that out. I deep dive into lots of Harry and Meghan stuff, but also not Harry and Meghan stuff if you're sick of them. Just depends on what you're feeling. So check that out. It's a lot more unfiltered, shall we say, over there. But thank you guys so much for being here. And thank you to everybody who supports me on Patreon. I meant to say that. Thank you to my executive geese and ganders. Thank you for being here. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this as they continue to do crazy things. You know, I'm going to talk about it. That's going to do it for me. I hope you all have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really do. I have this. I've actually said it for a long time. I'm sure you've heard it if you've been here for any length of time. If not, welcome. I'm glad you're here. But if you've been with me, thank you for being here. I think the squad will be her undoing. I really do. I think that somebody somewhere, like maybe a Tom Bauer or something's going to dig up some real good stuff. I was hoping he would, because we saw where Tom Bauer was. It appeared to me like he was being harassed by the squad at the Invictus games. And I was a little disappointed he didn't further expound upon that in Betrayal. That would have been his opportunity, I felt like. But he didn't. But I wish he would have. And I wish more stuff would come out, because anybody that's covered her talks about how awful that squad is. So I'd like to hear more inside information and see what ties there are to Meghan besides just, you know, this one. There has to be lots. I'd like to know what that is, and if there is a paper trail. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for being here. I sincerely appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you. If you stayed tuned this long, let me know what you think. Do you think the squad will be her undoing? Let me know. Or will it be something else? Will it be her? Will it be Harry? Will it be the combo? Let me know. Thank you guys for everything. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Take care. Bye-bye.